my loneliness is taking over. Then you're swindled. When your loneliness takes over, honey, shit goes down. Welcome to another episode of Sips and Chill.
Hey, we're back!
Yes.
But girl, we're gonna talk about this.
Tinder Swindler. WTF.
Woo! I was watching it and I'm getting triggered. Like within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel? Like,
I mean, when I first watched like the first few minutes where she was talking about she met this guy online and he had this lifestyle. To be honest, the first thing that went in my mind was like, why don't I meet this kind of people? That's the first thing. I was like, I felt a little bit jelly. I was like, why that's not me? Then the movie kept playing and I was like, thank God
you're like, thank God it ain't me.
May have been, but
I mean, first of all, it blows your mind how much of the red flags you see from jump. I was already judging these girls. Mm-hmm. It was the first one. I'm like, okay, she's just, she's too soft, or she's just a hopeless romantic. I mean, she's been on Tinder for like 7 years.
But you know what? My red flag about that was just how easily she can be manipulated, because she was in this space where she just needed someone so badly. Like from what I gathered from the beginning, it's like you are open for anything.
But from the outside looking in, we can definitely point judgment and be like, these girls are so stupid. I won't do that. No black woman will do that.
I'm not
no African woman is gonna do that. I totally judge them. Like, ma'am, this dude is taking you for a ride. Then love bombing. Mm-hmm. Hey sweetheart, I love you, I miss you. He was doing the most too soon. That's love bombing.
Even in the beginning,
and that's a red flag.
The beginning though, I kind of felt it was real, because she meets this guy and he presents the lifestyle. Like I said, I was like, why isn't that me? Because I was like, hey, you flew me out, I don't know to where to have dinner, send you back the next day. He just sounded like he was a very busy businessman.
And it seems believable, because
he was very believable.
There are legit businessmen who actually run their lives in that way. So it's very easy for you to believe
exactly,
that.
Especially in this day and age.
And when you've not been exposed to that, like a guy has never done this kind of things to you, you don't know where the money is coming from. It's
like a fairy tale. It's like a movie.
It very much is. We want a guy who's gonna do all those things for you. He's attentive. He's taking you to all the fine, fancy places. For me, you fly me on a private jet, I mean, honey, I'm not saying
things will start flowing.
I'm not saying it's a damn deal, but as much as I love traveling, and then you present that type of lifestyle to me, I can see how I can start to see, maybe finally my prayers have been answered.
Mm-hmm. And then to get deeper into the story,
let's hear it.
The first time when he asked for money, he actually, and she gave the money.
Yes.
He paid it right back.
Yes.
You remember that?
So that's where the manipulation comes in.
Because he's presented the case the right way.
Yes.
He asked for something, and sure enough, soon enough, he paid for it. So now it was easy for him to keep getting more, because it's like, remember I paid you in your mind, you're like, he paid me the last time. He's good for it.
He's good for it. And he's still treating me well. He's still calling me every single day. He's sending me all these cute messages.
They were in an actual relationship.
Even the first girl is being told to go look for an apartment.
He had met the daughter.
But it was the meeting with the daughter was weird.
I know it was very weird, but
weird
still, you're saying like, this guy is legit, he's real.
It's like the guys who introduce you to their boys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think, oh my God, he's introducing me to his inner circle, he must really like me.
He's very busy, but he's making time for me.
Or even a guy who will even introduce you to his family members. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you think you just don't bring any random person to the family, right. But a manipulative person,
right,
who also knows how desperately you probably want that life, will probably do everything that you actually like. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you just have to be smarter. But
listen,
yes,
by the time this girl got to 100K, I mean, I know he got enemies and all, but by the time we were hitting 20K, at
that point, it just gets out of hand. And then you have to keep calling them, and he makes up all these excuses every time. More excuses. And then the point where he said you can pawn your car. I said, girl, when we get to this level, remember that wasn't even a romantic situation. Mm-hmm. That was a friendship situation. Mm-hmm. There are many people out there who are manipulating, guys and girls. Actually, mostly guys, because they know how to play on our emotions.
I've heard a lot of people debate where they're like, well, you know, these girls deserved what they were doing because men get swindled every day in regular relationships.
And first of all, you're a grown man. Nobody put a gun on your head.
No, but let's discuss it, because I think there's some validity there. Because, for example, think of a situation where there's a girl who's a gold digger.
Yes.
They actually get the gold. They even get to marry these men sometimes.
Oh, yes. They know.
These girls are dating a man. They know he got it. They know he got the sauce. They finesse the guy. And I think this is where the difference is.
Okay.
First of all, gold diggers, they're actually digging where there's gold. This Tinder swindler was digging where there's no gold. So you're actually messing somebody's regular little life. What if this happened to, like, let's say a regular guy who just has a regular 9-to-5?
Yes.
And he falls in love with a girl, and then this girl comes and today my cell phone bill, tomorrow my car note, because now this guy, he really likes the girl and he's spending sometimes more than he has. What's the difference in this situation?
Well, men do get swindled as well. We all get swindled. Men and women get swindled. And guess what? Guess what happens? It's usually out of emotions. We go by emotion. Like even with money. People exchange money usually out of love or guilt. So it's either of the two things.
And essentially, men, I feel like half the time they're paying for sex with a girl anyway. Because the girl is like, you have to take me out, you have to buy me this.
Yes.
After you do all these things, then we can have sex.
So they'll do those things for them, because the thrill of the chase for them will lead them to do all these things until they can get to the goal.
Men are being swindled too.
Well, they need to be smarter. Stop thinking with your penis.
So you could then say these girls needed to be smarter, no?
You know, I mean, every one of us does it. Have you ever been in a situation where you've done some things? Because I told you I was reflecting after, and I was like,
financially
I'm no better.
wise, or?
I realized I wasn't any better than this girl, so I couldn't judge them.
Done things how? Financially wise, or what do you mean? Like
financially. When I was much younger, I had this guy. He was living in another city at the time, and I'd met him. He was very attractive. We were having a good time, just fun, right? And obviously he realized I enjoyed like being around him and his company. He just sent me a message randomly, like he was going through something because he moved to another city, so he hadn't got a job yet and he was struggling, and asked me to send him just a little bit of money to kind of, you know, just hold him over for a little bit. And girl, I was earning so much less. I was maybe 22 at the time. And the little money that I had, oh my God, I was so happy to send this over. And then I happened to have a free trip that I wanted to go to the city.
Because this was your boo.
I thought it was, but clearly
no, but as far as you're concerned, this is your boo. So you're trying to be there for your man, you know?
Yes.
You're riding or you're dying, honey.
Yeah, but I wasn't the boo. I just thought that I was. There's a difference. I thought that I was. Or at least I thought something, it was going somewhere. So I happened to win a free trip and go to his city. And I never told him I was going because I'm surprising you, boo.
Surprise on you?
I was the one who was surprised. Because I got there, we go to a club and I find him there with another girl. Oh my God, hugged up and all of that. Like it was very clear they were together.
And what did you tell him when you went into town?
He saw me. I never told him I was going. I told him it was supposed to be a surprise. Once I get there, I'm like, guess who's here? And when he saw me, he acted like he'd never seen me in his whole life. I just sent him money that week. So basically the money I was sending him,
you were swindled.
Is what he was doing. He was treating this girl with, because he claimed he didn't have money. I got swindled too. So that's why I sat back and I said, I really cannot judge this woman because I fell for it. I just did not have as much money as I did. And I don't think I would ever pawn my car. That's maybe then, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't think I'd have got that far. But I was swindled in my little small way. Yeah. Have you never experienced that, or you just don't take your wallet out for a man? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I've had a guy. It was like $500. He asked me for $500.
Yes.
Which I ended up giving to him, but I hounded that guy for that $500. Like it was Groundhog Day. Like every day I would be like, "Where's my $500?"
But
let's see, if he was a swindler,
he can disappear and
he could have disappeared with the $500. But I don't think I could have given even more than that. You know what I mean? Like.
Is it because you didn't have more to give, or you probably that's your boundary where you're like, you know what, this is the kind of the amount I would give. So if I don't get it back,
it's just cool that if I'm dating a guy, I feel like I can get swindled like by a family member or like just a friend. That's possible. But a man that I'm dating, first of all, I would think of you in such a way where you ask me for money, I wouldn't. That would be the end of it.
But what if it's a legitimate request? Like, say you're in a relationship.
If I'm in a relationship and I'm talking about we live together in the same house,
okay,
where I can see your face every day. If now it's a situation like that, then yes, I will definitely. But just a man that I'm just dating here and there, I would not give money. And it's probably just conditioning or the way I'm raised, but I don't know. I wouldn't give a man money.
Why?
Like I said, it's conditioning, it's the way I'm raised. I just first of all feel like just the way I look at it, a man should be taking care of me. So by the time you're asking me for money, I'd be like,
you need to figure it out before you come to me.
You need to figure it out before you come to me. How many of your boys or your father, your mother, I don't know.
Thank you. Actually, you have so many other people you could go to by the time they get to you.
Exactly. And it's not like we're in a solid relationship.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, now I see where you're going with that.
We're not solid for you to be asking me for money. To be that comfortable to say, give me $500.
Okay.
I'd look at you like,
what if the shoe's on the other foot and you're going through something and you ask him to give you money?
Like I said, that's just me.
You know, you could have gone to your friends, you could have gone to family, you could have gone to other members before you got to him. But why is it different when it's the guy?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's conditioning. I can't tell you why. But if I'm having a problem and we're dating, to me actually, if I'm truly having a problem, and let's say, for lack of a better example, I need $100 to pay my cell phone bill, right?
Okay.
And I come to you and say, oh, I don't have $100 to pay my cell phone bill. To me, if you're like, oh, I don't have it, I'll be like, okay, well, when you try and call me, don't think I'm going to answer my phone.
Savage!
But if the shoe was on the other side,
it's not actually savage. And no,
to me, it's a kind of a way for you to show me how committed you are. I guess.
See, for me, it almost sounds a little bit manipulative.
I guess it is.
It is manipulative because when you say, "Well, I guess next time you call me, my phone will be disconnected,"
but that's
you're guilting the person.
But that's what I'm saying. If I'm in a really hard situation and we're dating, and first of all, I kind of need my man to kind of prove himself to me, and it's not only financially that he can, but
there's
that's
so
one
many
of the
other
ways. To me, that's one of the ways.
So you believe in being taken care of?
Yes, I do.
I mean, we should all want that. Men or women,
if I can take care of, I can take care of myself. For example, if I go out with someone, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. If whatever I order, I should be able to pay for that.
Okay.
I should not expect that you pay for it.
True.
Should you decide to pay for me, that's different.
Yes.
But so I do expect someone to cater to me to some extent, but I have to be able to cater to myself.
I like that you said that. We should not be demanding things that we can't even be able to do ourselves.
I should not be looking for a lifestyle I cannot give myself from somebody else. That's where people go wrong.
And that's very empowering. And that's why these people are being swindled. Because you're being shown a glimpse into something you've never experienced. Mm-hmm. You probably dreamt about, and you're thinking, oh my God, I want that so bad that I'm willing, not even willing, that you actually forget to put on your thinking cap. Because you put on those, rose-colored glasses, and everything you're seeing is just in your cute little narrative that you've created.
And if, for example, like these girls, right?
Yes.
If your first thought or first thing that you look for in a man is financial stimulation, like that's the only way you can get wet or get excited about something, then that's where you go wrong. But if you're looking for more than just the money and the finance, I think that it would have been harder to swindle you. Because yes, I want a successful man in terms of like money wise, but that's not the only thing that I'm looking for.
So that's a message, you see, to our ladies. Like, you just have to know what you want.
Exactly. And yes, some people, financial is the first thing, but if that's what it is, then you're gonna get, I feel like you can get swindled, or you're gonna get into a relationship where you are mistreated or unhappy, but because finance and money is like your main goal, you just stay for that, then you're gonna be unhappy.
The second thing I think I'd like to say with that is play the long game. Why are we rushing into things? Because time reveals so much. Time does. But I guess, of course, the excitement of, oh my gosh, I was in a private jet this weekend going to Mykonos and Santorini and all of these places. I mean, that will excite me. But I feel like we should also be taking a step back. Like, okay, this is cute and all, but take your time.
Right.
There's no rush, because in the taking of your time, you'll get to see so many different things that are going on that are, because you can only fake it for so long.
Right.
But a lot of us don't have the patience, unfortunately. Even I'm teaching myself that. I'm trying to learn a lot more being patient and playing the long game.
Exactly.
Because it's when you look back that you realize, man, the signs were always there. This person wasn't right. This person was just setting traps.
Right.
Because they knew how to play with your mind. And that's how I feel like this lady fell victim. And a lot of people can fall victim. You're not above it. So we need to get off our high horse of judging others.
Right.
Because they made that mistake. Because we have all made mistakes.
And you know what is really funny is that this thing has aired, and you can still see, his name was Simon.
Yes.
He's still hanging out with some girls who are still on his arm and still follow.
Yeah, he has models who have seen
and I'm
what
like,
he's done.
and you, aren't you watching what's going on? And they know exactly what's going on, but he's still dating this
They know
girl.
what time it is.
So
for some of them, maybe it's the fame, maybe it's daddy issues, whatever the case may be, that you're lacking something that you're okay to be attached to someone like that.
And actually, I
Who's
think
trash.
that's always like, even like my main message now is
Okay.
like, you have to be so grounded in yourself that this outside thing
Influences.
don't influence you. Because if you know what you want, who you are, and what you're about, flying me to Mykonos, yeah, that's exciting, it's cool, it's cute, but I'm not gonna chase after it. I have had somebody text me.
Okay.
They sent me a picture of like I think it was like a brand new car keys for a brand new car, and a stack of money and like a check. And they were like, you know, if you were my sugar baby, this is what you would be getting. And in my mind, I'm like, that's not my interest. Like, that's not something that I'm looking for. So, but had I been some other girl, I'd be like all panties wet and everything. Oh my God, this guy is gonna give me a brand new car and all this money, gonna pay for my apartment.
And
like,
doing the most to get his attention.
Exactly.
Because you fell into his trap. He was literally setting a trap.
Exactly. But because I know who I am, I'm like, what makes you think that's what I'm looking for?
I don't want that. Keep it.
Yeah.
And first of all, even to our younger ladies, honestly, like, please don't believe the hype. Like, when someone just shows you that little money, first of all, is it even legit?
You don't even know what it's coming with.
Is it even legit? But what is it coming with? Because there's rules. He wants you to be a sugar baby. There are rules to being a sugar baby. Because they're not single.
Don't get swindled, honey.
Don't get swindled. There's so many ways to get swindled. It's not even just financial. Even your body, you can get swindled.
Exactly.
Easily. And
so
that person,
stop making money the end all be all. There's a lot more. Get to know yourself. Get to be grounded. Yes, somebody can show you something, but you don't get so excited that you forget about everything and who you are.
all that glitters ain't gold. And let's play the long game so we don't fall for this stuff.
Lest you get swindled, honey.
Lest you get swindled. And also remember, social media is a highlight reel. Even if you go to my Instagram, all you're gonna see is what I want you to see. I'm never gonna post myself on there like when I'm going through bad days or when I'm actually putting in the work. You'll never get to see any of that because I show you what I want you to see. It's not a lie. It is my life, but I'm not showing you all of it. So don't just believe that little snippet that someone posts about their lifestyle. You don't know. He said he was a businessman. First of all, when someone's telling me that they're businessmen and they cannot define exactly what they do, you could be doing some illegal stuff. So think about that and start questioning, because I need to do the same thing as well.
Cheers. Thanks for tuning in.
Keep watching.
Keep sipping.